Even great parents lose custody in Wisconsin, not because they did something wrong, but because they couldn't prove the things they did right. My name is Jeff Hughes. I'm the lead attorney at Sterling Lawyers, and in this video, I'll show you how to document your parenting in a way the judge, the guardian ad litem, and the court can't ignore. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a paper trail that shows the truth and puts your child's best interest front and center. Step number one, set up your documentation system. Begin by setting up a cloud storage system. This could be Google's Drive, which is free, or it could be Dropbox, or Microsoft, they have a product as well. Then within that, create a folder system. Set up one for parenting time, for medical, for school, for financial, for the court, and also set up a parenting log that tracks the parenting interactions that you have. Now, you could also use an application that the courts find acceptable, something like Our Family Wizard or Custody Exchange. That will also work because the benefit of those is that all of the logging is time-stamped by a third party and is admissible in court. We had a client come to us once. She was a super smart lady, but she was going through a really difficult time. Everything was coming at her, and she was quite disorganized when she came in to see it. I remember she had like banker boxes full of stuff. We worked with her to organize all of that information, helped her put that into a PDF for the most important things, pointed out to her what needed to happen. She chose Dropbox in this particular case, created a folder system. Within a few weeks, all of that banker box information was compiled and put in a format that the judge or the guardian ad litem could understand what was going on in that particular case. Now remember, you are not just collecting information here. You are creating a narrative, a story that the court can trust and rely on to understand you and your case. Once you get all of this in place, you are now ready for testimony in court. Step number two, keep a detailed parenting log. Now, I just referred to that a moment ago, so let's go back to that. So a parenting log is simply like a journal, keeping track of all of your interactions with you and your children. Now, spending time with your children, that certainly matters, but it's also important while you're going through divorce that you actually log that. Now, here's a very common myth. The judge knows that I'm a good parent. And you know what? That can be wrong in many cases. The judge doesn't know this. The judge has to be told and illustrated that you are. And judges, they're really busy. So what they do oftentimes is they look for patterns. And parenting logs establish patterns. It helps courts see, yeah, this person in front of me, this parent in front of me, they're a good parent. They've been very involved with the children. Here's all of the evidence to support that. So what is it that you should log? The date, the time, and the place, what happened. Picked up from school, helped with homework. It doesn't have to be a big, long narrative, but headlines, quick, pithy headlines to describe what happened on that particular interaction. Any missed exchanges between you and the other parent, late arrivals, school appointments, doctor updates, and if helpful, photos and or screenshots. I remember once we had a client and she was a total pro. She had a really demanding job and juggled a lot at work with this particular position. She was also a really good mother. Even though she had a demanding job working a ton of hours, she still carved out and prioritized her time with her children. Sure enough, we get into the case and her soon-to-be ex-husband pounded on the fact that she is a high-powered executive, she's never home, he does all the work. And you know what she did? She stayed calm and she simply pointed to her parenting log and showed the patterns and the proof that she was very involved with her children and she was able to expertly juggle her schedule and her demanding work responsibilities with her equally demanding and more important parental responsibilities to her children. The judge didn't buy it because we had the proof. Step number three, save and organize your communications. Now look, we all have one of these things, right? And the primary way that we communicate with each other and with soon-to-be ex-spouses, of course, and the other parent is through text messaging. If you're not using a system like Our Family Wizard or Custody Exchange, you're probably going to be using your text messaging on your phone. So you have to get into the regular habit of screenshotting all of those messages. And also when it comes to social media, I advise clients all the time, stay off of social media. At the very least, don't post anything related to your children and anything related to your case, even if the other party does that. I remember one time we had a client, we were in court and the opposing party missed a parenting time. There was a visitation screw up. There wasn't an exchange. He didn't show up. And he's like, yeah, Judge, I was sick that particular day. That's why I didn't show up. That's why I didn't call. My client was prepared for this. So you know what she did? She then pulls out of her folder, pulls out a picture, and it was time-stamped from Facebook. And it was him holding a beer at a party. The dude absolutely lied in court. He wasn't feeling sick that day. He just was partying with his buddies and he missed his parenting time. And my client had that because she was well organized. It's that type of organization that can win cases. Step number 4, preparing all of that evidence for court. Now look, judges are busy. They do not want to spend hours digging through disorganized information. They need to see things that are organized in a story type format. That typically means chronological. Make it easy for someone who's never seen this before to look at it and jump in and understand within a reasonable degree of certainty where they are at in this particular case. It's also very helpful to have a one-page summary of the organization system that you've put together. You can get all this documentation together, but if it's not easy to digest, people tend to feel overwhelmed with that, so they just don't want to dig in because it feels too daunting. But if you can give this information to the court official in a way that they can receive it, understand it, and digest it, they then connect with you, they connect with your story, with your narrative of your case. When it comes to family court, documentation builds credibility. That is your currency when you get to court with the judge, with the guardian ad litem, with the social workers, and that is credibility of you. And documentation is your best tool to do that. And what that looks like in summary is a clear, easy to understand folder system, a log of your involvement as a parent, calm, professional communication that tells a story in a way that's chronological and is a narrative for someone who's never seen your case to jump in and understand what's going on. Now remember, there is one person that matters probably even more than the judge, and that is the guardian ad litem. And in this next video, I'll show you how the guardian ad litems work here in Wisconsin, what they're really looking for, and how to make sure that they see your case in the best possible light. Thank you, and I will see you over there.